Shalom, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, it's a quick lesson on what's going on in the someone in the banking world. There's a lot going on in the banking world and in the world of cryptocurrency as well. All right, and I tried to record this earlier, so for time's sake, there's some information that I'm just not going to put in here, but it basically it's just regulations concerning cryptocurrency, which will be the new currency going forward as the U.S. dollar continues to lose its hegemony. All right, and we're going to see how they push these. They use these situations as a pretext to bring in new laws. All right, scriptures talk about he frameth mischief. He frameth. Well, let's go ahead. Then I'm gonna come back to that because I had my mind on something else. This thing was acting up earlier, but he frameth mischief by law. All right. And you see when certain events happen, things are breaking down. All right, they're breaking down because he wants them to break down. All right, Yahweh Shai is breaking this thing down, but he wants this man wants to do away with the old system and implement something new. All right, with more control. This is Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? All right, but the whole point is which frame mischief by a law, putting laws in place that seem like they're for your benefit, when in all actuality they're not. All right, and we know that when this cryptocurrency thing comes, it's leading more to the rise in of the MOTB, which a system in which you will not have no control over your life, period. All right, but let's play some of this. Let's get some scriptures going.
Email sent by the White House reveal intense pressure on Amazon to censor and suppress books that raise questions about COVID-19 and the vaccine. All this happening now is Biden's Treasury Department unable to refute accusations that have put a target on the backs of MAGA Republicans and then track sensitive personal banking information as part of its investigation into January 6th. They searched for terms like MAGA and Trump and Cabela's when combing through customer data. Those are the allegations. Hillary Vaughn picks up the story with more concerning testimony from the Hill. Hillary, good morning there.
Good morning, Bill. Well, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen did not deny this surveillance scheme by federal investigators to have banks snoop on their customers' transactions as part of the investigation into January 6th. Remember, Fox News Digital exclusively reported the federal government basically profiled who they thought would be a person of interest, and it came down to people who love to shop at Cabela's, Dick's Sporting Goods, or Bass Pro Shops, who might have purchased religious books. It sounds a lot like most Americans. Those were the red flags investigators wanted banks to look out for. A sign, they said, someone could be a homegrown violent extremist. Yellen, when asked about all this yesterday, didn't deny it, but also didn't have much of an explanation either.
Well, we received a letter from you, I believe, on this topic, and we intend to investigate fully and to respond.
Have you instructed banks and financial institutions to provide this information?
Well, FinCEN's job is to work with financial institutions to make sure.
Are they instructing financial institutions to search Americans' legal transactions in attempts to surveil their purchases?
I promise a thorough look into everything.
So while the Treasury Secretary looks into this, the big question is this still happening? How far did banks go to turn over this information, and did it ever stop? Bill?
Yeah, did it. Thanks, Hillary. Hillary Vaughn on that story on the Hill. Thank you. More with Dana now.
Well, I want to bring in James Freeman, columnist of the Wall Street Journal and a Fox News contributor. I know that you pay attention to this. Just look at this graph here, call for number one. This is overall trust in the government, right? So you can see it starts to go down, and it is really at its low end.
And I'm gonna say this: you best believe that it's gonna extend further out to the rest of even you low-level Babylonians, Americans. All right, because this is a total this is going to be a total surveillance state. All right, under this this new digital age, I would like to call it. All right, but let me grab this real quick. Let me pull this up. I was going to read this, but you can read this on your own about regulatory gaps, spots in crypto markets. All right, basically just monitoring people's transactions. This is just a quote. All right, he who controls the money controls the world, and this is a quote from I think Henry Kissinger made this quote. All right, and I think this goes back to the Rothschilds. I care not who make Mayor Amstel Rothschild, in which I think one of the first banks was actually here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's still down there somewhere downtown. All right, but we see that these rules come from basically from higher ups, man. All right, people that are super elite and wealthy. All right, and they're not trying to they're not trying to give up control of their wealth, and they look at us as what? As slaves, as cattle and sheep. All right, and that goes to show you that the things that you do here, all right, they're vain, man. All the saving up, and I was just thinking about that the other day. All the investing of putting into your cryptocurrencies and all that. Now people got to prepare and prep for what they perceive to be the end of the world, or mainly the end of Esau's world. All right, but we clearly see that going way back, hearing that quote, and then leading up to now, that all these things were vain, and that money has always been a snare. So let me grab this. This is Cyrex 26 and 29. A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong, and a huckster shall not be freed from sin. All right, and a merchant, all right, or if the word merchant is basically a term for the businessmen of the world, man. All right, that's who runs these banks, these high-level business people. All right, and people that deal in business. All right, a merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong. All right, the scriptures talk about the rich losing sleep over watching their money. All right, and ultimately, Babylon the Great is pretty much a corporation, man, more than anything. Let me go here real quick. Sirach 27 and 2. As nails stick fast between the joinings of stones, so do sin stick close to buying and selling. All right, sin, wickedness. All right, and as is once this system is implemented, all right, it's pretty much like a trap, man. All right, and you're not going to be able to participate in the things of this world if you don't take that MOTB. All right, let me get out of this. You're not going to be able to participate. You're going to be locked out of how they do things here. All right, because cash is no longer going to be a thing. You can see clearly, even in these past 2 or 3 years of all these ways that you could pay, PayPal, Cash App. All right, those are examples of making digital payments. All right, without the use of exchange of cash. All right, but soon they will phase out money, and it's going to boil down to the hour of temptation. All right, but this is and we're going to have to make a choice, man. Every person is going to have to make a choice, because as the scriptures say, he calls of both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark on his right hand or on his forehead, and we see that that miracle has been achieved with the implanting of the first microchip in the brain of a human. So this thing is up the road. It's not far away. But we see that even those who covet after money, they've destroyed themselves, man. Now, the best thing that we can do is keep our hope and love in Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because this whole system and this place that instituted is going to be destroyed. This is 1 Timothy 6:9. But they that be rich shall fall into temptation and a snare, into many and foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men into destruction and perdition. Because people do anything for money, man. They'll sell their lives, their soul. All right, they do all kinds of manner of wickedness for the sole purpose of money. For the love of money is the root of all evil, of which some coveted after. They have erred and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Let's look up that word covet. All right. Go into that word.
Strong's G 3713. Arrego.
All right, and then go into outline biblical usage. The second one, to give oneself up to the love of money. All right, basically to sell, pretty much to sell your soul, man. All right. And you're going to be destroyed here. Those who partake or take of that mark. This is Matthew 16. All right, 25. Whoso will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake, all right, shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? All right. And this thing is not going to come to full fruition, man. All right. I was just reading about immortality earlier, and it's very beautiful, man. Scripture say, "I have not seen, ear have not heard, nor entered into the heart." All right, the things prepare for those that love Him, man. All right, and this made me think about how there's really nothing here, man, to really hold on to. All right, nothing. All right, and this is Ecclesiastes 7:12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them, all right, that have it. All right, we understand that these things are not for our benefit, man. All right, for the betterment of our lives, man. All right, we our the wisdom that we have from Yahweh Shai, it gives life, man. All right, we're not wisdom doesn't provide. Money doesn't provide the comfort that wisdom provides, man. It scripture say money answers for all things, but it doesn't provide that comfort in the mind. All right, and knowing that, hey, we're going to have all these things shortly when this place is destroyed, man. Let me go here real quick, because I wasn't even thinking of this, but it's a good precept. Proverbs 30:8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Because that's what this is. This is vanity and lies, man. Everything that's being implemented is always seemed to be set up as our benefit, when in turn it's this beguilement. All right, it's us being beguiled and pretty much being ensnared. All right, which I just read about. All right, in 1 Timothy 6:10, money being a snare, man. All right, because ultimately somebody controls and regulates that money. All right, and soon it's going to be to the point where they regulate how you spend. They're going to question your purchases. All right, and they're going to be able to penalize you. All right, if you don't do certain things. All right, and that's not being sovereign or being free, man. All right, freedom comes through the wisdom and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, pursuant to John 8:38. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. All right, so we know that the beautiful thing is seeing these things that happening. We know that the time is being cut short, and that we don't have too much longer in this place. All right, so with that, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and I pray that this lesson was edifying. Shalom.